it was devastating for us because, I had dreams of them becoming, you know, doctors, nurses, whatever they wanted to do, and here they were dropping out of school in the first, first few years. And I asked my teachers, why that was happening, and they said, oh, they didn't think they were interested in education. But it didn't ring true to me because I saw how excited they were to come to school and they enjoyed having their breakfast. And so I was like, okay, I think I need to I don't get this. So I asked some families if I could stay with them at weekends on the dump site. So I'm on a Friday afternoon, I would go onto the dump site with them and I'd become a waste picker. And I wanted to, take a bath, and they'd give me a bowl of water, and I'd stand in the bowl of water with a piece of soap about the size of a 10-pence piece and just wash with my clothes on. So like I just had a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, and I'd have to wash like that because there was no privacy. But if you needed to do anything else, they'd give you a piece of newspaper and you'd go in the newspaper, wrap it up in a little plastic bag and throw it on the dump site, and that was their toilet. I find at night some of the families, when I stayed there, they used to try wrap my feet up in towels because they said that rats will sometimes, nibble, try nibble at at your heels, your hard skin. I started to get this sense, and I'd ask them, what do we have for breakfast in the morning? And they'd show me the pot, the charcoal pot with this burnt rice at the bottom. So I started to get an understanding of, oh, people actually don't even have a week's worth of food here. It's just one meal to another meal. And then they have to work to get enough money to be able to eat food for that day. So a completely alien concept for us in the UK. Like, we have enough food in our cupboards. Probably if we never went to the shops, we could probably eat for a month. And then I started to think, well, if it's all about food insecurity, then there needs to be an incentive that will bring these kids to school and help the parents. And it was then that this idea of food for school came up. So every day that a child came to school, they could earn a rice credit. While they were in the classrooms, if they did well academically, they could earn vegetables and fruit. And for grooming and for behaviour, they could earn canned food. And that meant by Friday, they'd go home with this big bag of groceries. It would have been the equivalent, if not better, than what they had been able to earn if they'd worked on the dump site for a week. 100% school attendance immediately.